Hello everyone. Today we want to introduce a software called Zoom, which helps you to improve your English online. This software can be used to improve your general English or IELTS. In this video, we want to talk about how to improve your IELTS and go for the score that you want using this software without going to class. You can do it online. You are at home, so you just use this software, and this software is similar to a classroom, as if you are in a classroom. You have a teacher, and the student is there. You've got the books, you have listening materials, and whatever you think. You can send your writing to the teacher, and the teacher can correct it and send it back to you. So I'm going to talk about these steps one by one with the help of one of my students. Okay, you see?
Yes.
So this is my page. So now we want to practice a little bit listening, and then we go to speaking, writing, and reading, okay?
Okay.
Let's start. So this listening, for sure, it needs audio. You want to listen to something. So I'm going to play the audio here, and my student Ellen is going to hear that very easily. You see, so this is test number 1. We start here. It should be here. Am I right? Yes, it's part 1. So Ellen, very good. So Cambridge IELTS 1 by
University of Cambridge ESOL examinations.
Very good.
Published by Cambridge University Press. This recording is copyright.
Very good.
CD 1. Test 1. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions,
Okay.
and you will have a chance to check your work.
Okay. So let
All
me.
the recordings will be played once only.
Very good. So let me give you a short description of what is this. In IELTS, as you know, everybody, you have to answer the questions as you hear. So the audio is not repeated 2 times. So it is just played 1 time, and you have to answer the questions as you hear. So you need to be very fast, and you need to know how to do it. So you are given 5 to 10 seconds to read the questions, okay? So number 1 has been done for you. Now we want to take a look at question number 1 to number 5, okay? So Ellen, can you tell me in question number 1 quickly, what are you supposed to write, It's about the type of work, yes?
Yeah.
Question number 2, you see we have here, work in the what branch? This is the branch name, you see?
Yeah. Yeah.
Question number 3, it's about the nearest bus stop. It is next to? We need to get the answer. And how much you have to pay? £4, for blah, blah, blah. So now Ellen is going to listen and answer questions 1 to 4 as a sample. We just want to tell you how it works, okay?
Okay.
Let's continue.
The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to section 1.
Section 1.
Section 1.
Okay.
You will hear a man phoning to inquire about a job vacancy.
Okay.
First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 4.
So see here, you have some time to look at question number 1 to 4, and you should be very fast. You don't have time to read all the questions one by one. No, you should have sharp eyes just to look at 4 keywords. Type of work, number of hours, work you need to do, and work in the branch, nearest bus stop, and how much you have to pay.
But there is an example that has been done for you.
This is an example.
On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Okay.
Good evening, King's Restaurant.
Good evening. I'm ringing about the job I understand you have vacant.
Oh, yes.
So
The job vacancy is at a restaurant.
So it was at a
So,
restaurant, okay?
A restaurant
Is
has been
the answer.
written in
Now I
space.
want you to listen carefully and answer
we shall
question
begin.
1 to 4. Let's
You should
start.
answer the questions as you listen,
Yes,
because you will not hear the recording a second time.
very good.
Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Okay, listen.
Good evening, King's Restaurant.
Good evening. I'm ringing about the job I understand you have vacant.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to find out a few more details, if I may.
Yes, of course. Can I take your name?
It's Peter Chin.
Okay, Peter. Well, if you want to ask about the job, and then if we're both still interested, we could arrange for you to come for an interview.
Great, thanks. I'm afraid I missed the advert for the job, but heard about it from a friend.
That's no problem at all. What would you like to know?
Well, what sort of work is it? Washing up?
It's answering the phone.
Oh, right, fine.
And not waiting at tables.
That'd be good. And how many nights a week would it be?
Well, we're really only busy at the weekend.
So 2 nights?
3, actually, so it would work out at 12 hours a week.
That'd be fine. It wouldn't interfere with my studies.
Are you at the university?
Yes, first-year physics student.
Oh, right.
And because I'm not an EU national, would I need a work permit?
Yes, you would. Just get your tutor to sign it.
That wouldn't be a problem if I were to get the job. Where exactly is the restaurant?
Well, we have 2 branches. The one we're recruiting for is in Hillsdon Road.
I don't know that.
So, Ellen, can you tell me the answer for number 1?
Answering calls.
Yes. So you see, this is how it works for the IELTS. What do you see here? What is it?
Reading.
It's the reading. Very good. So you see, also I share my page with you, and now you can see this reading. You know, for IELTS, you know, usually we don't have time, I mean, in the exam, to read all the readings word by word. Okay? So what I suggest my students is to read the questions first, part by part. For example, look at here. See, question number 1 to 7. So in this question, you have to read the sentences and say if they are true, if they are false, or if they are not given in the passage. So what should you do here? You should read the questions quickly and see what is important in every question. The main point in every question. That is what you have to do. For example, Micah Faraday was the first person to recognize Perkins' ability as a student of chemistry. So we know that there is a student, he's got ability, and one person recognized that one. So the key points is this. Then you get back quickly to the passage. You get back quickly to this passage, and I want you, Ellen, now read this and tell me, is it true or false? Quickly, you can do it.
Okay.
I want you to scan it, you know, your eyes should move very fast. Don't read it.
Yeah, it's true.
That's it. Very good. That's it. So you see how fast you could do it? This is what we have to do in the reading of IELTS. Let's go to the writing, okay?
Okay.
So for the writing of IELTS, we have 2 tasks. Task number 1 and task number 2. Task number 1 is not that difficult. It is easy, and you usually have 20 minutes time to finish it. For task number 2, you usually have 40 minutes to finish it, okay? So now, Ellen, you see here, you should spend about 20 minutes on this task. So see, here we have 2 maps. You should turn these pictures into writing. That means you should report to somebody about these pictures. So if the person doesn't see the pictures, he or she can understand what you are talking about. In task number 2, you have 40 minutes. Again, you have a topic, and then you should write about the topic. So in the class, and it tells you that you have to write, for example, 250 words. But how to count these words? Do we really have time to count every word in IELTS? No, but there is a way. I tell you about that, how to do it easily, so you know whether you wrote about 250 or 260. And always remember, in IELTS, don't write less, write more. If you write more, that's okay. I mean, if you write 10 or 20 words more, that's okay. But if you write less, you don't get the mark. So always keep in mind, write more, okay? Writing more is better. Good? And now the last one comes to the speaking. Speaking, again, in the speaking of IELTS has 3 parts. Part number 1 is so easy. It's a kind of warm-up. And that is what we practice here. So if you study, for example, American English File and other conversation course books, so in those course books, we develop you, we help you to improve this part. And that is so easy. So you just, you are asked some questions, simple questions, and then you move to the second part. Second part of IELTS speaking test needs a little bit practice. So if we have the class, I mean with me, every session we practice one sample IELTS. So you get familiar with almost all the topics. So when you talk to me, I tell you where to stop, what was good, what was not good, and what should you do in order to improve it. And the third part, again, we have discussions. In the IELTS exam, you will have discussion with the examiner. So you need to be able to talk very well. And talking very well and fluently requires special techniques. What are those techniques? We tell you about the techniques in the class, because sometimes maybe you are given a topic, you know, Ellen, sometimes they give you a topic and that is very difficult to talk about. But you should not surrender. You should not say, I cannot talk about it, because if you say, I cannot talk about it, you will get nothing. But I tell you how to talk about other topics related to it to help you to get that mark, okay? So speaking requires a special techniques. That's it. And now if you got any question, Ellen, about this, so I'm ready to answer you.
For now, I'm good. Thank you. I think through this type of learning,
Yeah.
I should be okay.
Sure, definitely, you know, everything is okay, you know, just what you need to do is to study a lot and prepare yourself and to talk a lot. You need to talk to yourself all the time in order to, I don't know, break that ice and to be able to talk, because sometimes fluency is important, sometimes accuracy is important, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But what we do here in our classes is to improve both. We help you to develop both at the same time. So if you are, for example, given a topic to talk in IELTS exam, you will not have any problem because you have already practiced that and you have practiced something similar to that. So it is so easy, you know, how to talk, the ability to talk naturally, you know what I mean? You don't need to memorize anything, because if you memorize it, you forget it later. But no, you internalize it, you learn it as if it is a part of you. So I'm sure if I see you in these classes, you will succeed, don't worry. Question, you can just chat using that, or if you want, for example, to send your writing for correction, you can send it through email, and we will check your writing and we give you comments, and then we send it back to you so you know what your problems are and you can track your problems, you know what I mean? So you know in the next piece of writing you will not have the same problem, okay? Because you keep track of that. You know that in this writing I had this problem, so in this one I should be careful not to have the same problem. And we tell you, for example, for every paragraph in writing, how you should start so the examiners like it, you know? That is important. That is academic. So you should follow academic writing. And this is what we tell you about academic writing.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the time, and I hope to see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
Thank you.